Ndị Igbo ekene m unu. Asị m ka nke echikwelu ya zelu. Anyị si ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ. Mmiri atara m azụ anwụra. Asị ọ dịrị mma na eke, dịrị mma n'orie, fọzara mma n'afọ, fọzara mma na nkwọ, ụzọ ahịa anọ nke ndị Igbo ji biri. Asị na ya dịra n'Igbo na mma o. Ise, ise, ise. Dịka o si dị ka agbapụ na ya ọsọ igosi na ya bụ ife anyị ji maka ya wee bịa. Na tupu anyị aga n'igosi na ya bụ ife, ọ bụla nke a bụ ụbọchị izu gị. Ị na-ejete afụ chanel anya n'igbe akwụkwọ ka barụ ka ị like and subscribe ọ. Tinyekwa kọmentị, share ekwe ya, tụsa ya bụ ozi ka ụmụnne anyị dị n'ebe dị iche iche wee nụ ya bụ ife na-eme n'obodo a. Dịka o si dị, ihe wetara unu tata bụ nnukwu ọpdeti dị oke mkpa. Mma nchọ ka onye ọbụla misie ya. Mma nchọ ka ị ga-ya bụ ife, ị ga-esi ya bụ ife wetara unu kpasịta maka ya bụ ife na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya, and were ndị Igbo na-azọ drọpụra your own comment.
Now, how was your face-off with the military eventually resolved?
I didn't have any face-off with the military. They are the people who are looking for face-off. Didn't have any face-off with the military. I said what I said. Helicopters were flying over my house. And even today, as we are talking now, in Imo, the military people, the army, the navy, are standing side by side with my men fighting at Okigwe and Idiato now in Imo. So some of them coming to make these things. I laugh. You know, why they do this is working for the federal government, so there are certain things they cannot say. What they cannot say to other people. They are saying that insurgency will not end. Ekpa. Simeon Ekpa. Who is Simeon Ekpa? We have destroyed virtually all ESN IPOB camps. As I'm talking to them now, as we are talking, we are standing side by side with them at Idiato and Okigwe today. As an operation. When you are fighting for self-determination, it can take any means. Because the person oppressing you will not allow you to just go. The person oppressing you will do everything to keep you. So it's not a new something. It's not new.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Merry Christmas to you all. I know that this is the season of celebration, but the season of celebration will not make us not to ask the right question. All right, yesterday, maybe you must have seen this video you are seeing now. It happened yesterday when Dokubo was having, a press brief and interview in his residence, and they just asking a simple question. How were you able to resolve the face-off with you and the military? And he said something. He said, I don't have face-offs with the military. They are the one looking for face-off. Now, he continued from there, diverting to Imo State, seeing that his men is on the ground, that his men is fighting side by side with the Nigerian military. I think people would like to need more explanation, because the insecurity in the southeast is deeper than what people think. I made a video last 3 months, and I was asking a question that I would like to ask one more time. What is the nature of the contract Asari Dokubo have with the federal government of Nigeria? We want to know the nature of contract. His men are in Imo State on what basis, on what constitutional basis, on what ground? And if you remember that in Imo State, there have been a lot of battle, war, shooting up and down. And we were asking, what is the problem? Who are the causes? Some people would say Simon Ekpa boys, I don't know. But what Asari Dokubo continue to say every now and then, he said this last month, last 2 months, the same thing. Yesterday, the same thing, that his men are there fighting. Now, I want to inquire that the nature of contract the federal government have with Asari Dokubo. So is it to come and cause insecurity in the southeast so that they will name it on Biafra agitators, so that they will use that strategy to destroy them? Or what? Because this time around, I think people have to start thinking. Put on your thinking caps. This is an ordinary civilian having a press briefing saying that his men are in Imo State fighting. On what basis? Nigerians don't ask questions. On what basis? Who invited you? If it is the governor of Imo State that invited you, say, but I think he hinted the federal government, okay? Asari Dokubo hinted that the federal government contracted him to fight in Imo State. We have military, we have every security agency, including the DSS. So what is the essence of contracting somebody to come and fight for you or with you? Or is he fighting against them? Anyway, whether he's fighting against them or he's fighting for them, what I know is that these are the reason why you have the insecurity challenges you have in the Southeast. You know, time without number, I do tell people that as you keep on pointing wrong fingers to people who are not causing the insecurity, the people who are causing the insecurity will be leveraging on your ignorance to continue to perpetrate what they are doing. Asari Dokubo knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. He said, as I speak to you now, my men are there fighting. What are they fighting for? Why are they fighting? Okay, he said they have destroyed virtually all Eastern Security Network camps in the bush. He says so. I don't know. After all, I'm just a media person. I'm just a blogger. I don't even know anything. But the truth is that if we did not ask the necessary question, one day we will come to realize that we made the greatest mistake by not trying to figure out the truth, why we are believing lies. Now, this made me to, go back to 2015 in my memory. In 2015, we all remember, 2014, 2015, we all remember how this APC government imported Bororo Fundanese to follow them fight for election, for power, for the cause they want to choose. It's the same thing. This APC government is fond of importing people who will come and destabilize your area, who will come and make sure that the insecurity will persist. Insecurity is a business, my dear people. Insecurity in Nigeria is a business, but it's a dangerous business because of the motive attached to it. Why people are using it for business, they are using it to carry out acts against the innocent people. It's not going to be funny. It's not something that is going to be easy to end. Because those people now, as they are fighting, they will be knowing how everywhere is. They are not living. Even though the government live and all those things, those people are not living. They will be there causing insecurity. And you know what? Asari Dokubo might be using, Igbo-related people he contracted, because Asari Dokubo himself is an Igbo man. Yeah. It's either you like it or not. Asari Dokubo is an Igbo man. So his boys would be Igbos as well. This is where the thought is coming from. So you need to understand this. Asari Dokubo is an Igbo man. So his boys is Igbo. They are Igbos. So if Asari Dokubo now is telling you that my men are on the ground there fighting, meaning virtually Igbos are fighting. And when you see they kill somebody like that, they will tag them IPOB. And that is why I used to tell all these Biafra agitators, don't claim what you don't know. Don't come on social media and do propaganda and claim what you don't know. Saying you kill this, you kill this. At the end, you are not the one that killed it. If they kill other people, they will target that it is your people. Because you claim that you kill people. So when you claim what you did not do, it's very dangerous. Because one day will come, they will hold you accountable for what you don't know about. It's a big problem. I think it's time we leave propaganda, let's face the reality. What is causing insecurity in Igbo land? What is causing the insecurity in Igbo land? It's important we understand this. It's very simple as ordinary arithmetic to understand. Anytime you have foreign people in your community, these people can kidnap for money. After all, if they kidnap for money today, if military sees them, they will tell military that the person they kidnap is an IPOB member, that they just arrested him. They will leverage on so many lies because they have backup. Asari Dokubo men, what are they doing? So no need for people to talk about the insecurity challenges and so on and so forth. And that is why we are clamoring for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Because if Nnamdi Kanu is out, all these things, they will leave. They will leave. Within 3 days, they are going to leave. They are going to leave. So, as I said before, on what basis do they contract Asari Dokubo? And that reminds me of what Kemi said, that they have contracted some militias in Igbo land to wipe away the people. They have contracted some militias to wipe away Igbo people. That was what Kemi Lawrence said. And a lot of people were saying, what is this woman saying? Maybe just speculation. Asari Dokubo, this is the third time. You see, if you say something the first time, people might not take you serious. If you say something the second time, people might not take you serious. But when you say the third time, people will begin to take you serious and hold you for your words. So Asari Dokubo is directly or indirectly responsible for the insecurity in the Southeast. Let me put it in that way. The question to the Southeast governors and people who are there, is this what you people want? Is this what you bargain for? That someone like Asari Dokubo, who was Biafra agitator, ex-militant, later he was bought over, he started working with the federal government, he have militias, that he will use his militias to come to your state and begin to fight? This is very shameful. It's shameful, it is unacceptable. I think, something urgent must be done about this. People are not talking, politicians are not talking, everybody, they are afraid to talk. I've never seen where someone come to the national television, or even people who are in the Senate or House of Rep, they will stand up and say, this and this is what is happening, we don't need it. No wonder that House of Rep member that was threatening Uber driver, that I can make you disappear. And no one will say it. Because they know what is going on, they know people to use to make you disappear. But it's unfortunate. Shame to our politicians. Shame to the politicians who knows what is going on and they refuse to talk. Shame to politicians who are working hand in hand to make sure they will impoverish their people. I rest my case.
There's a global interest to keep Nigeria the way it is. Yes,
global interest.
Oil can keep flowing in direction of multinationals. There are people whose interest is to make sure Nigeria doesn't progress so that the black man will not find his feet globally. So anybody who is also fighting them here, you are fighting that global economic interest. And that is what was clear to us during Ken Saro-Wiwa's death. The world could have saved Ken Saro-Wiwa. Even Mandela refused to make the call. So Abacha. Or he said he called Abacha, Abacha didn't pick. All of them could have made that call and said, look, if you touch this guy, we are going to give you hell. But because, Ken Saro-Wiwa went and pressed the red button, which is oil. Do you know why Ogoni land has over 62 billion cubic feet of gas?
62 billion.
This is not even oil,
Gas.
Because what most people don't understand is that oil is going out of business, but gas is going to be around for a long time.
Yes.
So that is what they're interested in protecting. And the guy who starts saying, we own the thing, I would say, what's your problem now, guy, man? And they finished him. Global conspiracy. It's the same thing they did to Kanu now. How do you think that Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya and brought to Nigeria, and there's no manifest of the plane that brought him to today? Even judges cannot ask for it. How did he get to Nigeria from Kenya? Who was the person who abducted him from the underground garage? If you go and ask Tinubu now that he promised you something, he can completely deny that he never promised, because he never went to any debate. He did not do any interviews. Not even with his own TV station did he interview with during the election.
Do you have any sort of relationship with him, the president?
No. If you have relationship with them, they don't even have to tell people. One of their assistants will put it out. Say, which kind she will be that? Common text message where Idris Abdul Karim sent to Koyamo. Release them. Just WhatsApp messages where people they take play. Yeah, they go release them now. Say, which kind she will be that we don't see them for our area before now.
Person we just can't collect money. So
I've only met Tinubu twice in my life. First in 1999, and then the second time was during the Presidential Peace Committee that we had in 2023, where he sat next to me.
And
then he was.
I think he shared it.
I saw the video.
He was struggling to have my program with him, and I said to him, because when he came in, he said, President Shewore. I was like,
he called you a president.
Yes, now no, they don't have problem with that. Is what the Yoruba say. They just look at you like these crazy people. Let's call them whatever they want them to, to call them. And then
President
he
Shewore
stretched his hand, not his right hand, but his left hand to shake hand with me. So I quickly, just because if it was photographed, they can say that maybe we are in some kind of secret call together. And it might even make this assertion to be more, legit. That, don't you see that they shook hands?
Then get
some kind of way.
Yeah, they could say they'll be ogboni.
ndị be anyị ekenekwanụ m unu dịka unu si wepụta oge unu igekwa ya bụ ife nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa eji maka ya wee bịa n'iru akwụkwọ na Igbo midia bụ ebe anyị si wee na-wetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa gbasịta maka ihe na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya ana gbasịta maka nnwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ ana gbasịta maka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Ladies dịka ị nụrụ ihe nwanne anyị nwoke kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ ka efi were ikwu n'udo nke gị asị gị kwuo ka efi were ikwu maka na otu aka o jedebe njọ ọ ya adịkwanụ mma ọgwụ na aghọta ụmụnne m achọrọ m ka unu tinyere anyị alụ nke unu ife unu chere n'iru akwụkwọ ikwucha ya bụ ife kapa arụsie ya kwurute ụmụnne anyị ndị ọzọ ntị daalụ dị na ụmụnne m bụ mụ na-ege ntị